I want to take you on a journey through a week as a software engineering manager on a business trip. The trip started on Sunday. A friend gave me a lift, nice company, nice conversation, $0 ride, awesome. When I got at the airport, I grabbed a bite, something to eat, before I hopped on the plane right to Seattle. The ticket cost me about $737 and some cents. When I landed in Seattle, I grabbed an Uber to downtown Seattle to my fabulous 5-star hotel, which set me back at about $410 per night. Despite the late arrival, I was impressed by the comfortable amenities that this hotel had to offer. Not so much the creepy art that was on the walls that made me feel like somebody's always watching over me, but besides that, the marble restroom, it's really nice, and the mirrors, definitely something that I really liked. So the total for Sunday, it's actually a considerable one. It's about $3,343.68. Monday, woke up to a breathtaking view of the Puget Sound. After getting dressed, I headed to the top floor restaurant hotel to have something for breakfast. I ordered a Dentonist Crab egg toast and enjoyed it with the nice music and even nicer view. After I was done with my breakfast, I went on a stroll through downtown Seattle to enjoy the surroundings. Then I had a bite to eat with a friend, and thanks to him for paying for lunch. After that, I decided to explore further Seattle and grabbed an ice cream and looked around. After a while, when it was time for dinner, I hopped on a bus and headed to Redmond, where I had dinner with a mentor, shared ideas and insights, and then I grabbed an Uber back to the hotel. So Monday total was $131.46. Today was a packed day with meetings, productivity, coordination, collaboration, and some more. Once I got into the building, I headed to the kitchen area where I grabbed some oat milk and tea and enjoyed the view while I fueled for the busy day ahead. Then, to my surprise, I was nominated as an efficient innovator, which I didn't expect. Nice. Then I headed to my hotel desk where I worked a little bit until it was time for lunch, which I worked through lunch because I was on a tight schedule. Throughout the day, I worked with my team and other teammates and other team leaders to understand which projects we have ahead, which are the dependencies, which roadblocks we have, and how do we align to ensure that we can deliver the product that is needed in the timely manner and that meets the quality that is expected from us. As the day drew to a close, I joined my colleagues in the speakeasy for some refreshments, some beverages, and at the end we decided to go to a Japanese restaurant where we enjoyed a lot of quality food, and the bill, to our surprise, was also a quality bill. At the end, I decided to unwind and take a walk instead of grabbing an Uber, so that was free. So Tuesday total is $2,459.83. Wednesday, I got up, got dressed for another busy day, and then headed to the office where I was greeted with another picturesque view of the Puget Sound. I sat down to enjoy my breakfast at work. Fueled by the stunning scenery, I dove into the series of tasks that I needed to get ready for the meetings I had. Throughout that, a lot of them I was getting ready to present, and when it was time for lunch, again, I grabbed lunch and worked through lunch to make progress towards the presentations that I needed to do. And obviously, I enjoyed a little bit of something sweet because I have a sweet tooth. The end ended on a high note as we all met on the rooftop for a happy hour. But it did not stop there. We embarked into a fun-filled team-building activity and played mini golf all together. Against all odds, I somehow managed to win. I call that beginner luck. So the Wednesday was $37.96. Thursday is the last day where everybody was in town, and it was a packed day because we needed everything to come together nicely after many days of coordination and cooperation and getting the roadmap all aligned. So to let go of my anxiety, I decided to use a little bit of the swing to feel like a child for a moment. However, that didn't last for a long time because it turned out to be hectic because we lost internet. And as you can see, the building is actually pretty empty. And that was because nothing was working, nobody can get in. So some people were working from the hotel, some people stayed at home and worked from home. But I was really stressed because I needed to present and I didn't know what to do. So I decided to use my Google Fi mobile internet, and thankfully that worked pretty well. So I was able to host the meetings and actually keep the productivity flowing. Hours later, I finally had a chance to get something to eat because I had to skip breakfast because of the chaos. They concluded with a boat ride organized by the tech department. As soon as I got in the boat, I was greeted with a cup of champagne. I headed out, enjoyed the surroundings, and I looked at the sunset. Honestly, I always enjoyed this part of Washington very much. The sunsets are always unique and beautiful. So the boat ride was really nice opportunity to network and build much needed professional relationships because remote can be interesting. So the total for Thursday was $21.58. Finally, the day when I can go home. So I treated myself to a luxurious room service breakfast. After I skipped so many breakfasts and having them really quickly in the office, I decided to get something nice for once. So I got an oatmeal, milk, some dried fruit, orange juice, and all of that costed about $38.37. A little bit of steep price for an oatmeal, but I will take it. And as always, again, I'm mesmerized by the Puget Sound's view. It's something that I don't think I will ever get tired of observing and looking at. And this is definitely a thing that I am missing from the time I lived in Seattle. Once I had my belongings packed, I made it to the airport where I enjoyed the steak for dinner and obviously a cup of invigorating matcha, which I love very much. Then I headed to take a sit and I read a book until it was time for me to embark on a plane to head to Palm Springs where my family was waiting for me. And I was looking forward to it very much because I was away from my family for a little bit of time. So the total for Friday was $165.02. Saturday, after a week on the road filled with meetings, socializing, and non-stop work, Saturday was a much-needed recharge day. I took a time to unwind and recharge. So that is a glimpse into my eventful week as a software engineering manager on a business trip. Grand total for the week. Personal, $52.92, and corporate, $6,106.61. Stay tuned for more insights, tips, and adventures in the world of tech. Do not forget to subscribe, and until next time.